Signatures, signatures, signatures.
What?
It takes forever to get the signatures, guys. And I don't dare show up, otherwise this might happen. So anyway, Lynn's off to get our last signature from the engineer, who won't sign anything unless you're present. But that's common with all of these signatures, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get the day started. Oh, Cedra's still sleeping up high. Now it turns out that if any dog tries to get on this property, she is going after them at night. Good morning, Cedra. Good morning. Yes. You are a good dog. Once you are treated, oh my goodness. It's so sad with these street dogs, guys. Every last one of them is feral. And, you know, it's like the dog I saw yesterday, the bowl outside. Nothing but rice. These are meat eaters. They are not rice eaters. It's any wonder they're sick all the time. When you're having your survey done, get extra pins added. The surveyor's there. If you've got a long piece of property, comes in handy. Okay, so with that in mind, we've got one postie in place now.
Cut.
And yep, cut those off the top. Misinterpretation again of how the rebar was going to happen. We will fill the posties. These are metal, of course. And then the frames that Joseph is making, you can see them up against the garage there. Plywood right in front of it. That will go in between each of these metal posties. We will be up about 4 inches or so off of the hollow block. And again, we will taper the hollow block. The hollow block, okay, so actually I call it hollow form because you can break them up, guys, okay? So what do you consider this? Just think of it as styrofoam. Fill the center with concrete. You've got your rebar in there, and you've got your concrete between the blocks, and you've got your skim coat on the outside. So consider it hollow form, but all the more reason why you have to fill the center of these hollow blocks, okay? There is no strength to them at all. Zip, zero, nada. This is the way we're going to do these spiders on the bottom. There will be 3 of them because that original postie, they went right up through the middle. That's just a waste of rebar. Scheduling. Oh my goodness. Okay, I've done that most of my life, guys. Gantt charts and all of this stuff and rolling it all out and stuff. But everything here is manual labor, okay? So you compound that with they get the slightest bit of coolness to them and they run a fever. It's really weird. I can only think that because they live in a country where it's almost 30 degrees all year round, they can't regulate the temperature. That's the only thing I can think of. If you live in the north, you know, minus 40 to plus 40, even minus 40 starts to feel warm after a while. You know, you can work outside for a while if you're used to it and stuff like that. So a little bit strange, a little strange. Anyway, as far as scheduling goes, that's where a problem runs in. You're trying to get these guys to constantly show up. Now, we've been lucky this year, although we've kept the crew small. And I think that's one thing that if we had a bigger crew, we could have kept on schedule a little bit better. However, in my opinion, if I add up the number of total rain days, no work at all, relative to what I was rolling out, which was December 31st, we are finished, not too bad. We're going to be 3 weeks. 3 weeks overdue, and so not too bad. But we also got other projects involved. So here's what I would suggest. Make a projects list and worked from the list so that as we're seeing today, there's no painting happening on the inside of the house. Only got 2 guys working on putty. All the rest of the guys, nothing but fence, because we've got blue skies following me. Okay, you know what I mean. It's warm, it's dry. The water table is dropping dramatically, but we do have a low spot down the driveway here, and that is going to be a problem. We need 2 weeks of nothing but dry. Little sprinkle here and there, but no real measurable rain. That's what we need. But we've got 2 fairly high spots here, so we can get a fair amount of work done on this fence. That's the goal. So yeah, as far as scheduling goes, do it by projects, because then you can shift between projects. But as far as a Gantt chart saying this will be complete, this will be complete, this is when you start, that's when you start, this supplier should show up then, this supplier should show up then. As an example, Bogo Glass was supposed to be here to start our soffit work and ceiling. All we heard all last week because of the rain, sorry, they're coming on motorcycles, so we won't be doing it. Okay, we'll ship the materials because that has to come by truck. Oh, we haven't even made it yet. What are you talking about? So you run into a lot of that kind of thing, guys. They're also, I suppose, managing their business. They're not going to ship anything until they know it's going to start to go in. I guess there could be the chance that we would turn around and cancel on them, right? And that may have happened to them a few times, so they're not going to build material for going, in the case of our ceiling, they have to bend it all, right? Because it's a metal that we're putting in there. Okay, let's see what the end of the day looks like, especially on this fence. Got the chicken coop started. It's all lined on the inside. And it's lined on the inside because the tarp is on the outside. Eventually that tarp is going to start to deteriorate. The guys finally showed up with our concrete and our poles. We ordered that yesterday. We kept phoning them towards the end of the day. When are you going to be here? When are you going to be here? We need it for first thing in the morning. Well, they're already on their way. They're already on their way. Well, that was about 2 hours worth of they're on their way. We're only 20 minutes maximum at very slow speed with that truck for them to be here. So that was a bit insane. Anyway, as it turns out, we were just leaving and they arrived and we said, come back tomorrow. At least the driveway was a little bit drier. We've been putting some scraps of AAC and stuff like that in there and just basically filling it up with whatever we can. Let it harden and then it'll turn into a nice hard driveway, guys, after this, especially these heavy rains. It's getting quite hard packed underneath. Just got to fill the ruts. Yep, looking good, looking good. Lynn got our occupancy permit. We are supposed to hear from the fire department today, coming by to do the inspection. I want to be gone, lost, out of the way. I don't want any potential for them to start looking sideways and saying, nah, you know. And that what that means is they want you to palm their greasy little fingers. We've been really lucky, eh? We've only had once where we've had to do that, and that was through the lawyer. There we go. The fence is nicely underway. We had our fire inspection today. I'll just leave it at that, guys. Anyway, we passed, but we are required to do a few things that we have not seen any other neighbor required to do. Anyway, it is what it is, and we're at that point. Lynn and I are just getting so punchy that, yeah, we're just closing our eyes saying, fine, lay down the 10,000 pesos and be done with it. That's where we are mentally at. Okay, let's have a quick look at the chicken coop. Oh, we got the front walls on. We got the frame for a door on this one. We won't on that one yet because we need to get the concrete in and out. We might move that to the house tomorrow. We might do that. Main focus, as long as this weather stays with us, fencing, Fencing, fencing.
Who did that? Oh my God.
We don't even know how we're going to get Lynn's shoes back now, 'cause it's not even I'm that tall.
The chair.
Yeah. Michael, it's always the electrician. Always the electrician. Okay, guys, that's a wrap for today. Later, Gators.